So I've been in the process of deciding on if I want to do a full solar panel setup for my house to power everything, or if I just want to get a few panels and a little bit of equipment to maybe just power some of the more energy hungry appliances in my home, namely the refrigerator, probably the most energy hungry appliance in the home. So, can you run a refrigerator on a solar panel? Okay, well, spoiler alert. Anything you can plug into the wall, you can run on solar power. You guys probably already knew that. But I thought I'd dive a little more into it and pass on some information I learned from my research to you. So one solar panel by itself probably isn't going to be enough unless it's one of those tiny little dorm room refrigerators, and even then, maybe not. But for a full-size refrigerator you would put in a standard home, it's probably going to take 2 to 4. And some things you should consider are the age of the refrigerator, the style, like does it have an ice maker, indoor water, multiple freezer drawers, things like that. Is it just a standard refrigerator freezer, or does it have some bells and whistles on it? How many cubic feet is your fridge? How many family members do you have, and how many times a day are they going to be opening and closing that door? That's going to really drive up the energy usage of a refrigerator. The more times it opens, the more times it has to cool itself off, which means the more times it's kicking that engine off or kicking the motor off. Do you keep your refrigerator moderately full, or is it jam-packed with groceries? Is it empty like a, typical bachelor pad refrigerator? So how full is your fridge is another one. And do you keep your house at a warmer temperature, forcing the fridge to kick on more often? And actually, while we're on that, also, do you prefer to keep your refrigerator cooler, warmer, the suggested temperature? There's the little dial in there so you can adjust it. And there are likely other factors based on your family and your lifestyle that'll make a difference on how much energy your refrigerator uses. So one way you can figure out how power hungry your refrigerator is by doing a little math. I go into more detail on this over on my website. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to go check out. I have a chart and some tables on there. It's solargearguide.com, again, link down in the description below if you want to head over there and check out the little chart I made for that. But you need to find the estimated yearly electricity use, and then you're going to divide that number by 365 to get the daily amount, and then divide that by 24 to get the hourly amount, so on and so forth. And then you're going to do a little bit more math that'll help you determine your daily energy usage. The nice thing is if you have a newer fridge, all you have to do is find that little yellow tag, and that will give you the estimate on there. Now, this is an estimate, and they're probably pretty generous with the estimate, but it'll at least give you an idea to help you proceed forward to see if you even want to hook it up to solar power. Solar panels are only going to get you so far. In order to make full use of solar energy, of course, you have to have some other equipment that the solar panels are hooked to, batteries, inverters, things like that can then run the energy to your house that you can plug your appliances into. So, circling back a bit to the solar panels, they're going to be up on your roof, naturally getting rays from the sunlight, of course. Good solar panels are going to get the brunt of solar rays for about 4 hours with a ramp up before that and a ramp down after that. So you've got to take that energy, it's got to store somewhere so you can run appliances 24 hours, your refrigerator in this case. So you're going to need some batteries. So most people use 160 amp hour batteries, which means it'll provide about 8 amps of power per 20 hours. But of course, there's 24 hours in a day, so what's happening that? Well, luckily you have that 4 hours where it's getting the most sun rays plus the ramp up and ramp down that's going to have some overlap there, so you should be fine with that. More than enough energy coming directly from the panels and then drawing off the batteries at night. So your solar panels are going to be pushing DC power to your batteries, but your fridge will need to run on AC power, so you're going to need an inverter for that. An inverter just inverts the power. And then a lot of people will run a charge controller between the solar panel and the batteries. This is going to help optimize the charging of your battery and prevent power from drawing out of the batteries and going back up towards the solar panels after the solar power goes down. Basically kind of holds everything in place, so it controls the flow of power in basic terms. So is it cost effective? Most people that have researched solar power knows that there is a steep upfront cost with hooking up solar energy to your home. So check to see what kind of federal, state, and local tax incentives and rebates you can get. The U.S. is still offering a tax rebate. It's going to be going away. It's shriveled down a little bit over the years, and it's going to be going away in a couple of years. So if you're thinking you're going to do it, if you're on the fence but leaning towards doing it, do it now so you can shave off as much of that cost as possible. So if you're purchasing a new fridge, it's going to be highly energy efficient, because just about all of them are nowadays anyway. And if you learn to moderate how often you go to the refrigerator, how often you linger with the door open, if you minimize all of that, then the cost of the solar power to run the fridge is going to be more than paid for in the savings after probably just a few years. So it is cost effective, but is it cost effective just to run a refrigerator? Probably not. And you'd probably be able to get away with running a few other things off of a basic 3, 4, 5 solar panel setup, and you'll already have the inverter, the batteries, so you can probably hook up your entire kitchen to it, or maybe washer dryer as well. So when you start bundling those things together with it, that it becomes more and more cost efficient. Just see how much you can run on 4 solar panels, and that'll help you make a decision there. So hope you enjoyed this one. It was a little rambly, but I'm trying to get my footing for these. And again, more information on all this, go check out solargearguide.com, link in the description below.